Okay, welcome back everybody. We've got the final video of our quick paint assembly line coming up here with the Russians. So here we go. By the end of this video we're going to have the guys highlighted, looking decent for the tabletop, and then we're going to base them. So we're going to take care of their bases and we'll get to see the finished product. So we're starting with the gray. Nice. Okay, call that hat good. The key here is to get these guys table ready. I mean, you can always play with your guys unpainted, unbased, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I know I say that a lot, but it's very true, and I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to not have everything 100%. Again, it's about having a good time, you know? Doing something that you're proud of, and then having a good time playing. But again, that's, you know, if you're like me and you've got limited time and resources and you want to spend as much time playing as possible, you want to enjoy the hobby process of it, you want to enjoy the painting and the modeling too. But if you have limited time to do that, because that can take the most time, and if you have limited time, limited resources, man, it could take you years before you ever get to play with your guys. And that would be the case if I hadn't developed for myself a method of painting soldiers that was quick and satisfying. Good enough that it didn't feel like I was doing a cheap job, just good enough to put on the tabletop and play and have a good time. To me, that's a win. But you can always spend more time on these guys. I'm not saying that you don't, or that you shouldn't. This is just my preference. And I thought I'd share it because my story with modeling and painting consisted of a lot of feeling inadequate with my painting skill and not feeling worthy enough to go and play with guys. I felt like there was this standard out there, and I know a lot of it is personal. You know, it's really the stigma that you create for yourself. But then again, you know, not everybody can stand back and really take an objective look at things and realize, oh, I just need to change my perception. Like, come on. Not everybody's wired that way to just think about things objectively. And especially when it comes to a hobby, you get overwhelmed by a certain part of it and you're like, meh, I don't think I want to do this anymore. You know, because I mean, why do we engage in hobbies in the first place? It's a great question. Great place to start. Why are you doing this hobby in the first place? Just because it's cool, because other people are doing it, or is it because it's not cool and nobody's doing it? That can be an attractive thing too. Doing something no one else is doing. Could it be possibly because, I don't know, maybe you got into this hobby because you just wanted something to play with friends. That's fine too. But maybe you got into it to do the modeling and the painting. And if that's the case, man, be the best modeler and painter you can. Kick butt, take names, get awards, put your dudes up on tournaments, and man, make some videos, crying out loud. I know that there are a lot of guys out there that do, and they're awesome, and I love them, and I do draw inspiration from them. They do a great job. We're almost done with the gray, and we've only been in a little over 10 minutes. It's cool. Now I'm gonna do a little bit darker. I'm gonna add a little bit more black to it. Try it out, see how it goes. So now we're done with the gray. We're doing boots, everybody. Doing boots. Doing the highlights on the boots. Get the areas that we missed. Kind of up near the front. Get the toe. A little bit to the gun. Give it some flavor. And you know what we're going to do after this? If we have any left over, we're going to make it even darker. And we're going to do around all the bases. Oh yeah, I'm a clever guy. That's just me being a non-waster. Get me into trouble sometimes too, though. Tell my wife, no, don't throw that out. She's like, but it's expired. It's been in the fridge for 2 months past its expiration date. And I'm like, I'll eat it. Got diarrhea for 3 days. Get his gun a little bit. See, I did miss a guy. I did. That's okay. Whoa, calm down. If there's anybody out there, any of you who are maybe discouraged about painting, maybe you tried painting your guys and you gave up a long time ago because you're like, man, I just can't make my stuff look like those guys. I can't make them look like they do in the rule books, or I can't make them look like, you know, whatever. First of all, stop it. Just quit putting yourself down. And second of all, think about trying this. If you still got some paints, give it a shot. Just slap something together. Just say hell yeah. Let's do it. It's not quick and dirty, it's quick and awesome. I'm not going to do their eyes or anything like that. That takes a lot of time. And it also takes a fair amount of skill to do eyes too, at least in my experience. So I just won't do it, and I won't recommend it. That was one of those details that I saw a lot of tutorials on, and I tried it a few times, and it was kind of like a Pinterest try. I was like, oh, that looks awesome. I think I'll try it. And then I tried it, and it was like, that looks terrible. I think I'll never paint again. It was so discouraging, the product, when I had tried eyes for the first time. I was like, wow, it looks as though I've never painted before that bad. Okay, we're back now. So we've done all the bases around their edges to prep them for the flock stage. So anyway, this is kind of what they look like. So this far we've done fur hat gray, which is the same as the winter jackets. We've done the boot gray and the gun gray, and we've done the basing around their edges. So now, since we've still got this white left here, we're going to add a little bit of brown to it, and we're going to start doing the skin tone, which should cover all of them. See where that takes us. All right, a few more guys to go here. With the Soviet green, I would recommend, especially for someone new, to set yourself up for success, because that is the best way to not guarantee, but increase your chances of coming back to it ever. If you mess up, or even if you do a good job, if you don't have a satisfying experience, if you're just kind of bummed out with the whole process, then you're never going to come back to it. So don't get in over your head. Definitely don't get in over your head. Do something that's simple enough that'll provide a satisfying product at the end of it, that won't feel like it was too much work, too much time and effort, and you feel like, my gosh, I'm never going to paint anything ever again. Try not to do that to yourself. So setting yourself up for success, whether that means buying fewer paints or coming up with a scheme that is very, very simple. I tell you, one of the simplest ways to paint these guys and make them look decent enough to play with is just to get a few basic colors. You know, get a brown and a white and a black and a green, and you can make most of your World War II uniform palettes out of those. You can kind of mix them and come up with something, paint a figure up, and then just take one of those same colors, either the black or the brown, for your washing. The wash is the watered down paint that gets into all the cracks and the crevices in these guys, like in their faces and on their clothing. You can see it here, like in the pants here. See how it kind of gets into the cracks of those things. Makes it look real. Gets into the hair. Makes it look more real. A wash is a cool thing, a really, really cool thing. Not absolutely necessary, but it's such a simple technique. I mean, you can just water down a black paint that you've been using on your guys, or water down a brown. I've used both in the past and I've been satisfied with both. And on these guys, I'm using obviously a watered down brown or a brown wash. And that just adds that level of detail. That is so, so simple. Very, very easy to do. Do a few drops of that. Maybe one drop of black. Boop. Oops. Maybe 2 drops of black. Oh, mixing it up. Literally mixing it up. This has turned out to be a very Soviet green. Okay. I think I want to make these green so they stand out. Just fun. Okay, here's the last guy. I'll show you guys the method that I use to base all my guys. That's how I get this effect right here. I make my own stuff. So I'll show you what I use. Here it is. Bowl of dirt. Yeah, it's nothing fancy, but it works. So we'll go ahead and start basing these Soviets and see how it turns out. It's not the most elegant technique, but it works. This mix I made here is moss and dried leaves all crushed up, dirt, gravel. Stuff I found out on my driveway, outside on the ground. But looks pretty good right now. And then I just wipe off the edge, get the dust off the edge with my finger. And there you go. What I like about this is it gives a random effect, like crushed leaves and stuff kind of stick into their clothes and things. It makes it look like they're running through brush or bramble or high grass or something, or the wind is blowing. You know, you get all sorts of different effects from it. We'll go ahead and get the rest of these based, and we'll come back and show you what it looks like when they're all done. Okay. Here's the last guy. And there he is. So you can see there's a couple of spots where the basing material came off and didn't stick too well, but you know, that's all right. You can either fix it or not. It's up to you. But anyway, presto, they're all done. So let's take a look at them here. This is all 70-something guys. I think it's about 71. But this is what I use. And if you want to theme them like I talked about before, you can always add some different stuff. Like here's a mug of just rocks. This would be cool for, you know, maybe Pacific Theater basing or something. I might do that for my Japanese troops when I do those. When I first started doing this, I thought that I needed to come up with something that looked like dirt. I don't know why I was thinking so backwards. I saved coffee grounds, used coffee grounds for a long time, and then I tried to base with those, and they looked really stupid. It was like, you know, why are you guys walking on chocolate? It was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen. So then I had this revelation. Hey, why not use real dirt and rocks, stuff that's outside on the ground. I just dried it out, and here you go. It's a bowl of dirt. Yeah, it works. I like it. Okay, here they are. 70 plus Russians. Quick painted, based, ready for action. It's the first time in a long time. That's pretty cool. Guy's rushing out of the truck. The commissar and his cronies back there. Got the squads. Oh, yeah, looking good. I think I'm gonna have a lot more fun playing with these guys now. Anyway, here they are. Hope you got a lot out of this. I sure did. Got a whole bunch of Russians I can put on the table now. So thanks for watching, guys. This was pretty fun, and it's my first attempt at doing any kind of painting tutorial, but I hope that you got something. At the very least, I hope that you got maybe just some tips on how to paint a little faster if you have limited time. And I also want to encourage anyone who's maybe not a great painter like myself, or maybe you've never painted before. Hopefully showing you this will inspire you to give it a shot. I mean, you see how well these turned out. I'm proud of this. That's all that matters. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. But I'm gonna go ahead and hang up the brushes now, and I'm gonna do some battle reports with these guys. Maybe versus some Finns, versus some US, versus some Germans. We'll see what kind of craziness we can get into. It'll be fun. So, next time I see you, battle report. Later.